Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. videos. Now, I've got two sneak peeks over here that I want to discuss with you, and they're both out of the premiere of the season. The only thing is, I'm going to include them in the video, but Disney and ABC have been a pain in the ass when it comes to, sneak peeks and whatnot as of recently on videos, even if for the purpose of breaking down, even though all of this kind of hypes this series up. But nonetheless, if I do have to delete them, and if I do end up trimming this video after uploading it, you're definitely going to find links to both of these in the pinned comment down below. So let's start with the first one. The first one is 48 seconds, let's watch it, and then break it down. Alright guys, so one of the sneak peeks is about the space team, and the other one is about the Earth team. This one is the one that's about the Earth team, and we're pretty much seeing Mac in the director chair. Now the thing about Mac in the director's seat at the helm of S.H.I.E.L.D. is that we do know he's going to end up being indecisive at some point. That's the kind of notion that we got out of interviews and whatnot, but I can imagine that these problems, the problems with Mac not being so decisive when it comes to the people he cares for and whatnot, is going to come later on. And that's especially going to be the case when it comes to Yo-Yo, because yeah, we know that they're going to be broken up when the season starts. They've broken up during that 1 year time jump, but nonetheless, he still cares, there's still residual emotions, and he's going to be reacting to all of that, these emotions. So yeah, he's going to be trying to protect her at every corner and at every moment. But yeah, though, we see multiple characters on this scene. We see Mac, we see Yo-Yo, we see May, and we see two new faces. One of these faces is the guy sitting next to May on board of the Quinjet. Now this guy, and I think, is going to be either one of two people. The first one is basically Agent Damon. We got a description for the character back in July of 2018. But if he is, though, he's going to be on for only the one episode throughout this season. So I'm thinking he's not Agent Damon, but rather this other agent that we know from interviews with Natalia Cordova-Buckley is going to be her new flame. So she's got a new flame, he's a new agent that we've never seen before, and he's basically reporting to Mac, and she's going to be keeping it on the down low from everyone around her throughout as much as she can over the events of Season 6. I'm assuming though, and especially with 13 episodes, that this is going to blow up pretty soon, and Mac is going to find out and there's going to be some drama inherent in this relationship. But that agent though, in front of one of the monitors on the scene, the one who goes, "There it is." He's looking at that monitor, there's some sort of activity over there, and I'm thinking over here it's one of those portals, the kind of portal that by the end of the premiere is gonna bring Sarge, the Coulson look-alike in. Now, there's definitely no need for me to talk in detail about that portal because we did see it once on the first trailer, then a second time on the sneak peek that we got right after WonderCon, beginning of April, and then finally on the third trailer that we just got like a few days ago. But the agent though that we do see sitting in front of that screen is the very same agent that we got to watch in that very first sneak peek. He's the one to die at the hands of Sarge by the end of the very first episode. We know his name is Agent Fox, but he could still be Agent Damon, the one that we got to hear about back in July, and the one we know is going to be there for one episode. Now in this case though, the name Agent Damon is probably a casting name, one that we got back in July, because those were basically, casting sheets. That also makes you wonder if Butterfly was just a casting name, for the character portrayed by Brooke Williams, in which case most of the theories that I've been building around the name Butterfly, based on Butterfly out of the comics, might end up not holding true. But in all cases though, and before I move on to the next sneak peek, the fact that Agent Fox is back in the operations base, in the S.H.I.E.L.D. base that is, and he's not on the ground with the rest of the team, that means that this is pre the end of the episode. That's way before. That's basically the first mission, the one that leads them to retrieving that item that we do see, by the end of the first sneak peek, in the hands of Mac. You probably do remember this thing, it's on screen right now, the coordinates and the countdown timer, that when it hits 0, a portal opens, a truck comes through, and we see the Coulson look-alike, aka Sarge, and I keep repeating that, the Coulson look-alike, aka Sarge, because I'm not sure everyone got the news about the name of the new character that Clark Gregg is portraying. But okay though, the second sneak peek is a little bit longer, so we're not gonna watch it in one go. We're gonna watch bits and pieces of it, break those bits and pieces down, and then move on to more of it. So let us get started with the first chunk. Okay guys, so judging by the first few seconds of the sneak peek, I want to say this. Number 1, the VFX game has been upped by a lot, and number 2, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of Piper and Daviiz on this season from what it seems. They aren't gonna be those two people hiding in the shadows, behind the scenes, the two people that we see every few episodes, like for a moment or two. they're gonna be front and center of the entire thing. Hopefully, we do know how Daviiz escaped Ada, but maybe, just maybe, it's gonna stay this inside joke, a thing on the series that we don't know about, and that's definitely much better in our imagination. Sort of like how Nick Fury lost his eye was much better in our imagination than finding out it was taken by a cat, even though a flurkin, and even though it was as funny as it was disappointing in the moment that you watched it. But obviously though, the space team's mode of transportation over here is basically the Zephyr. That was kind of set up at the end of Season 5. That was when they decided to equip it with gravitonium in order for it to be able to go into space. That's basically how May and Daisy made it to the Confederacy spaceship on the 20th episode of the 5th season, to rescue Coulson, beat Kovas, and destroy the Confederacy ship. But anyway though, a scene with Piper and Daviiz, and just Piper and Daviiz, for those moments is telling us a lot. It's telling us that these two are going to be their own clique. That is going to be interesting to watch because they're like old characters, yet they're totally new characters that have not been developed enough, but we know them, we're familiar with them. Now obviously Daisy was in the back of the Zephyr. She was waiting for the moment that they land over here. They're running low on fuel, and obviously they need the fuel in order to go on in their search for Fitz. Now from what it seems and what makes a lot of sense, this part of the team, the space team, is going to have a lot of run-ins with aliens, but nonetheless the search for Daisy, for this person, reveals the name Quake. Now that basically ties in with the Confederacy, because they're the ones that know about Quake, they're the ones in search for Inhumans, and they're the ones who probably have Quake's name on a database, possibly a wanted list as well. Now to explain a small part, her name to the Confederacy at this moment is no longer Quake, the Destroyer of Worlds, because that name, that part of the name, the Destroyer of Worlds, was tied to and a product of that other future, the future in which the planet was destroyed. Gotta say though, that was a cool display of powers. Gotta remind you as well that the producers of the series did mention, right after the finale of Season 5 aired, and post the renewal for a Season 6, that Daisy over here is gonna be keeping her powers, the upgrade that she got at the end of Season 5. Now another thing to mention over here, the first couple of times that I looked at Daisy's new look, I didn't like it so much, but then looking at it over and over again, you start thinking, you know what, they've just made her look a lot like her mother, like Jiaying, and that's pretty obvious on the most recent trailer, and also obvious on the sneak peek. But moving on though to the final bit on the sneak peek, Simmons is determined, she's not gonna let it go, and she's gonna make sure that she gets Fitz back. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes to Fitz and Simmons since Season 1. I mean, they're two of the best developed characters on this series. When you think about it, they've started off so naive on the first season of the series, so nice, and by the end of Season 5 they've developed by so much, they've changed by so much, and they've both become way tougher. That's basically what we're seeing over here. Give us what we want and we'll let you live to cry about it. That's not a statement you would have expected from Simmons, like on the first 3 seasons. Remember the beginning of Season 2, she's undercover, yet she's so scared, like at all times. That was Simmons then, and this is Simmons now. That's great development, and it happened gradually, it happened organically, and I do love it. But in the end though, it's not just fuel that they want out of this place, but also information on the whereabouts of Fitz. That's what they want the most, and that's what Jemma is talking about over here. We want to bring him home. So yeah guys, it's gonna be a fun adventure, it's gonna be amazing, we're gonna love every moment of this season, at least I hope so. The VFX is amazing, that's a great plus, it's much better than Season 5, and if it stays that way for all 13 episodes, we're just gonna love it. I'm also quite glad they gave us these sneak peeks this early before the airing of the premiere, because there's a lot to rave about over here. So I'm glad I could do that, not on the review video, not waste time on the review video, but rather do it this early and on this video. But hopefully though, I didn't miss anything on these 2 sneak peeks, so let me know in the comments what you thought of those sneak peeks. Let me know how excited you are for Friday night, the premiere of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let me know as well if you'd like for me to try and before posting my review to start a live stream right after the episode airs, like right after watching the episode. Now I can't promise I'm going to be able to because I'm basically traveling on business the next day, but I might as well try. But you can finally let me know if you did like this video by dropping it a much appreciated like, subscribing to this channel, and while you're at it, you can enable notifications for this channel, to get updated when I upload a video, start a live stream, or publish a new community post. But don't you forget to tune in to my Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premiere review that will be posting on Saturday, or my Cloak and Dagger review that will be posting on Friday. And until the next time that you tune in for another one of my videos, be it one of these or another one, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and have a great day.